Welcome back to Ranch Beat. Every country song has a story, and we tell it. Today, trucks and tails. Ever notice how a pickup's tailgate can say more than a character does? Stick with me for the next hour and a half. I'll show you 3 case studies, walk you through lyric moments that make vehicles feel like people, and give you a small, repeatable listening habit you can use the next time you put on a record. Before this was a hit, it was just an idea. And by the end, you'll hear that tailgate like a narrator. Here's the promise for today. We're going to look at a classic-era traveler, a 90s small-town anthem, and a modern pickup as identity single. 3 lenses that cover almost every way country uses vehicles. I'll also tell you how I verified production credits, where to check songwriter attributions, and how you can do a listening lab with no licensed clips. Quick heads up, I'll flag when something is interpretation versus primary source fact. Now, let's roll this back to the beginning. Fast overview in 30 seconds. Vehicles in country songs do 3 jobs: memorial, escape, or identity. The listening skill I want to teach you is simple. Every time a vehicle shows up, ask, is the vehicle holding memory, enabling escape, or standing in for identity? Answer that, and half the song opens up. For sources, I relied on liner notes, ASCAP BMI songwriting databases, and contemporary interviews. I'll point listeners to show notes for specific documents. History and context. Vehicles weren't just props. After World War II, automobiles and pickups became symbols of mobility and dignity. Work trucks carried livelihoods. Cars carried weekend escape plans. In rural scenes, a pickup is often a livelihood object first, a romance object second. In post-war urban upscale narratives, a car signals status and longing. Regional scenes layered meaning on top. Southern truck culture tied to working-class identity, Midwestern roads suggested long-distance migration, and coastal or desert highways carried a kind of mythic solitude. That context matters because a tailgate in one region can mean independence, and in another it can mean economic constraint. I don't want to romanticize those differences, and I'll flag when a reading could erase class or gender context. So when we analyze a lyric, keep region and era in mind. Now for the close reads. I'll call them case study A, B, and C, so we can focus on narrative mechanics instead of specific chart positions. Case study A, the classic era traveler. Picture a worn pickup on a dusty road, a title that puts the truck and the journey front and center. The pivotal lyric moment isn't a statement about the driver, it's a detail, the truck's taillight flickering like a heartbeat. That small image does 3 things. It externalizes loneliness, it anchors the timeline, you can feel the miles, and it gives the vehicle agency, like the truck is showing wear just like the singer. So when you hear a mechanic detail, a tail light, a flat tire, an engine knock, treat it as emotional punctuation, not just color. Case study B is a 90s small-town anthem. Here, the vehicle reads as ritual. The title might name a 2-lane and a pickup, and the pivotal lyric moment often uses the truck as a scene setter. Porch light off, truck idling at the end of the road, music faded on the radio. That idling truck stands for suspended life. The narrator could stay or leave. The truck becomes the hinge of decision. Listen for verbs that pair with the vehicle. Parked, turned, left. Those verbs tell you whether the vehicle is an obstacle, an escape hatch, or a companion. Case study C brings us to modern pickup as identity. The vehicle isn't just a place you go, it's who you are. Titles in this vein treat the truck like a member of the family. The pivotal lyric moment might name the brand, the bed, or what's attached to the hitch. Those specifics map onto authenticity. Stickers, dents, the smell of cedar in the bed. Those details cue belonging. When a musician leans into branded or highly specific vehicle imagery, they're asking listeners to recognize a lifestyle rather than a literal car. A quick note about lyric quoting. I'm avoiding long verbatim lines today. Instead, I'm paraphrasing pivotal moments so we can focus on how the image functions in the song. For listeners who want exact lines and source documents, check the show notes. I list liner notes, interviews, and ASCP BMI entries where available. Remember, when a songwriter names a truck, that may be literal, symbolic, or both. And part of our job is to separate documented fact from an interpretive reading. Who's behind these songs? Often the vehicle detail comes from the songwriter's lived experience. a lyric hatched on tour outside a convenience store, or from a co-writer's memory. Production choices matter too. A producer might add a door slam or a radio tuned-in effect to make the vehicle feel present. If you want to verify credits, the places I use are liner notes, ASCAP BMI publisher listings, old magazine interviews, and producer session logs when available. If there's uncertainty about origin, say a story that a line came from a co-writer's joke in the studio, I'll label that as interpretive in the show notes rather than presenting it as fact. Okay, drama and fun facts. Songwriter memories are gold. I've seen stories where a hitch on the back of a pickup was literally the reason a bridge line in the chorus existed. A writer wrestling with a hitch that wouldn't release, then turning the frustration into a lyric. Other times, labels pushed back. One producer reportedly thought the truck detail was too regional, but the fans loved it and it became the song's anchor. A reminder, when a behind-the-scenes anecdote is sourced to an interview, I'll cite it. When it's circulated as industry lore, I'll treat it cautiously. That's how we avoid myth-making at the expense of truth. Music notes. How do recordings make a vehicle feel alive? There are a few repeatable tricks producers use. 1. Percussive door slam or tailgate thump, timed as a backbeat. 2. An engine rhythm, a muted bass or low percussion that keeps a rolling pulse like a motor. 3. Radio on mix, the sound of a distant station pouring in, then cutting off, which creates a diegetic sense of being inside a vehicle. Instrumentation choices matter too. A resonator or lap steel can imitate the metallic resonance of a highway. When you hear those elements, the recording isn't just describing a vehicle, it's simulating motion. Listening Lab, your hands-on practice. I'll give you 3 timed prompts. No licensed audio needed. Use a song from your own library. Prompt 1, 60 seconds. Pick a song with a vehicle in the title or early in the lyrics. Identify whether the vehicle is memory, escape, or identity. Jot a single sentence. Prompt 2, 90 seconds. Listen for one production cue that makes the vehicle present. Is there a door slam, an engine rhythm, or a radio fade? Note the instrument or studio trick. Prompt 3, 2 minutes. Choose another song and try to map the vehicle's actions to character decisions. Does the truck help the narrator leave or hold them back? That's it. Do this 3 times a week, and in a month, you'll spot vehicle characters without thinking. Before we wrap, one repeatable habit to take away. Every time a vehicle appears, ask the 3-question scan. Is it memory, escape, or identity? Then listen for a single production cue that makes the vehicle feel present. That 2-step habit turns a passing automotive image into a character arc. Next time you hear a tailgate slam in a chorus, you won't just hear noise, you'll hear a decision point. All right. If you liked this deep dive, subscribe to Ranch Beat so we can keep doing episodes like this. Tell us your favorite vehicle as character song. Voicemail or email works great. We'll put your picks in the show notes and read a few on the next episode. And remember the line I always come back to. Every country song has a story, and we tell it. Ranch Beat, where every country song has a story, and we tell it.